Good morning, everybody. This is Chris here at London Close for the 27th of May, 2020. Thanks for joining. We will cover the market madness today. It was kind of an up and down session, so pretty interesting. I did have a couple trades yesterday that both ended in profit, so that was positive. Although it did not take full profit. I had to close it out at 9 p.m., so it was kind of a stale sit for both of those. So we'll cover that. And then also take a look at some trades. There's a couple that I'm eyeing right now. So looking at the heat map right now, you can see the Aussies getting sold off. And a big part of that is the Chinese yuan. Even though they marked it at a lower price, the off-market speculative has it almost at an all-time low against the U.S. dollar. So the thought is that China is kind of fighting back incognito here to, pretty much counteract what the U.S. is doing. The U.S. threatening sanctions over Hong Kong autonomy. So that is something to look out for. Other than that, the pound is down, and Kiwi's kind of mixed, up only against the Aussie and the pound. CAD is up for the most part, but the gains have been kind of declining a little bit down versus the U.S. a little bit here. So you can see just looking at the pre-market, the euro did jump on the EU Commission grants aid package, and like I said, the pound lagged as Boris resisting mounting pressure to fire his top aide. The yen and the Swiss franc were down in a complete risk-on environment, but like I said, the Aussie's been getting beat up recently here with those threats over the U.S.-China trade war, and with that, the Swiss franc and the yen have recovered a little bit here. So that's what we have going on. Oil's down now. I think it was like a $2 drop recently in the last couple hours, I believe it is. The Dow's up slightly, S&P is down, NASDAQ are down, with the tech share drop, and the VIX is up 7%, or excuse me, 4% now. So it seems like things are calming down a little bit here coming into the close, the fix for London and the close. NASDAQ down 1.61, so tech shares are really what's getting beat up right now. Let's see here. Oil down $1.50, so not quite as bad. China tension fall, but not huge. Gold is down a little bit, so it's kind of a mixed session, really. So that's it's kind of an interesting movement here. I think the market's trying to figure out what to do because, on the one hand, you've all this positive coronavirus opening up of the economies, but then on the other end, you've got Trump threatening Twitter, you've got China-U.S. trade war, so there's a lot of mixed things. So as a fundamental trader, it would be a tougher day today, but what we do here at London is, at the London Close, is we look at tech levels and fundamentals and kind of paint a picture. So what I'm looking at today is I'm looking at a couple trades. So I'm actually looking to short the CAD. I think the Canadian dollar, with China in particular and oil, I think might get a little bit of a more of a dip. And also the Aussie was at pre-coronavirus levels, so they were on par for a correction as well. So Aussie CAD is a nice little move that we can look at. As well as I'm looking at a Kiwi CAD too, so and Euro CAD. So there's pretty much the three CAD levels, but I'm pairing them against other commodity currencies. So what that does is it kind of erases that risk on, risk off tone, and it's more of a set fundamental play. And I think the Aussie's weaker than the CAD. Kiwi will get hit with China-U.S. trade war versus the CAD. The Euro, with the recent package here, I think is going to be stronger than the CAD. So Also, I think if China and U.S. Comes to fruition here on the trade war front, the European market will get a boost as Chinese companies list in Europe as opposed to the U.S. So that is my thinking for today. So let's take a look at Aussie CAD first, because that's the one I'm really looking at. And you can see over the day it's being sold off pretty substantially. So 30-minute chart, you see this little consolidation here. Let's take a look at the indicators here. We look at London profile, or the volume profile, excuse me. I want to see what the volume is built up, but I'm pretty sure the volume is built up right there. So what I think is happening is there's a consolidation right here. You can see it right here. And I believe it'll spike above this and take out some long buyers, get more liquidity, and then it's going to take a drop. So we'll keep an eye on that one, but that's what I'm anticipating to happen, and I'm looking for a drop, but I want to get a better level than this. And if it gets up to here, what I'll do is take the order, and if it closes above this level on the 30-minute chart, then I'll get out. So the stops are going to be real tight, and the profit target we're looking at maybe what 90.50 as the level. So we're looking at maybe a 10 pip stop with a 50 pip profit target in play here. So that's one we're looking at. Euro CAD we're looking at long. So getting that one down to the 30-minute level, you can see here it's dropping into the volume here, and then it got spiked up a little bit here. So this could be a nice little move here as well, upwards. So especially once again, if the risk-off environment continues here, expect euro to get bid up here, and we would be looking at, I believe the level is 150. Yeah, I don't want to misquote you here. We're looking at 152.69 is the level to shoot for on that particular move. But I'd like to see it get down into this mix here and get tangled up. So that would be these previous consolidation levels right here. So if you go to a higher chart here, just so you can see why I'd be targeting that level, I want to show you where the volume is here. So if you go to this right there, you see that? That's the buildup at 52.40. So 60 is the level, but we'd probably get out at this right here. So we'll keep an eye on this one as well. You see it's dropping already here. But I really like this rejection at this level. So once again, if it got down to 40, we'd be looking at maybe a 30 pip stop, and we're looking at what, 100 pip profit target. So that would be one we're looking at, and then the third one we'd be looking at is Kiwi CAD, and that's Kiwi CAD short. So a couple contradictory moves here, but once again, the only reason we'd be positive on the CAD would be against Aussie and the Kiwi, and that's because of the U.S.-China trade tension. So this one, it's kind of the same thing. It's big rejection candle here. It's consolidating, so I think it's eating up more orders here, and we'll see. We'll see if it spikes up here. I'm looking for a spike up for both of these guys. This one I'm looking for a spike down. So I think we'll get it. And once again, this is the level that we'll look at to close. If it closes below this level, we'll get out. So 3 trades possibility today. So let's keep an eye on it, and I'll jump in if anything changes. All right. Thanks, guys. There was one trade that we got in aside from these. I wanted to show it to you. So as I was looking at the markets, I saw this trade here on the euro yen. And once again, I think risk off is going to take hold here. So euro yen, I went short. So here's the interesting thing on this one here. So I like when it hits these levels because these levels are usually where retail traders get in on a retracement trade, okay, quote unquote retracement trade, and I don't think the price action supports it. You can see this engulfing bar right here on the 30-minute. It tells me price action still down, and I think with what's going on here in the markets today, going long would be pretty stupid. So technical play would be to go up, but once again, I'm going to go down. So I got in at 36, and I got in at this level here. Stop will be if it closes above these open close prices here, and target will be 117.70. So actually, I like to target the low because what I think will happen is I think this will take us down, take out all these stops, and then it might resume the longward way here. So we are looking at a 2.67 to 1 reward to risk. So not spectacular, but good enough for us. And let's take a look and see what happens here, guys. So it seems like the other moves are going to go without us. Actually, the Euro CAD might be good. It's dropping here. It's down to 46. So we might get in on this too. Let's take a look here. Because once again, I don't think I don't think the CAD's going to be particularly strong over the next day or two. So this could be a nice little upward move here. You can see price actions hitting it. I think it'll actually come down into this level here, get all this liquidity because, I'm seeing what everyone else is seeing. And if I'm going on a retracement, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to exit. My stop will be just below this, right? So you have to think about that because when, what you see, the large banks and the institutions see as well. And not only do they see the pattern, they see all the liquidity. They know where the orders are. And I guarantee you there's a bunch of orders right in here on a retracement long. So there's a bunch of stops too. So if there was buy orders here, okay, that means the stop losses are the sell orders. And the sells are going to be down here, right? So if I'm looking to buy, I'd like to buy at a lower price, right? So you have all this liquidity down here with people willing to sell what you want to buy. So it's easy to get past the retail traders. You temporarily drive liquidity down, take a small little scalp down here, and then you just load up and buy. So I think it'll come down into here into 51, probably 10, and then I think it'll spike right up. So let's keep an eye on this one and see what happens. But that's what I'm kind of counting on here. All right, so we'll keep an eye on this, and like I said, we'll place the order. We'll actually place a limit order here. I'm going to place a limit order at right at the low, 51.13, because I think it'll spike below it, and then it'll come above. And what we're going to do is we want to see if it closes below these this close. I don't care about this bar right here. I'm going to keep my stop real tight because to me, if it closes below this, it's going to continue going down. So we're looking at 13.77. So what is that? A 23, 33, 36 pip stop. All right. So let's keep an eye on it and we'll see what happens. All right, guys. Thanks. share with you. We did get a hit on our fill order here at 13. So we will put market. So stop is down here at these lows, and the profit target is going to be 152.40. That's where the volume built up was. So we have a nice 3.63 to 1 reward to risk. And let's see how this thing goes. All right. But I think this, once again, look at this. You see the rejection right there? It's already starting. So I'm going to post this to the room, but that's it for today, guys. Good trading day, and we'll see how these things play out. If it goes further down on a, Pompeo just announced that Hong Kong is no longer autonomous, which that's just damaging. So I think the CAD's not going to go further. Anyway, let's see what happens here, guys. All right, thanks.